Avoid expecting huge gains from each and every trade. Consistent small gains will lead to long-term success. Hey there, Tom here from FIBONACCI'S.com. You read the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends. Let's see the charts. Buy on the daily reached the 430 area, got rejected, and now pulling back. As expected, this gap at the 422, 421 will get filled, and the sooner the better. 430, look left. Tough resistance, August 2022. Also was a very tough resistance during May, April of 2022. Overall, if we look left, we can see that the 430 area, very important level of support. Resistance now, resistance, pull back towards the 422, closing this gap, and then 418 needs to hold before the next leg up. Overall, SPY, bullish trend until proven otherwise. QQQ, 2 consecutive dojis, we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, now 345 to the downside needs to hold. Let's see where price of the Qs will take us after a very nice run since beginning of 2023. We can clearly see year to date 37%. 346 needs to hold. 357 is a resistance because we have this gap over here. Above this 357, we will close this gap and we will go towards 371, but for now 346 is the support that needs to hold. Dow Jones, once again, another perfect example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. Once again, price of the Dow reaches this red trend line and get rejected. This red trend line goes all the way towards January of 2022, and each and every time price of the Dow reach this red trend line, it's getting rejected. 335 needs to hold, otherwise we are going to close this gap at the 331. Follow price, use levels and trend lines as support and resistance, but also use them as your guide, your roadmap for future price action. No other indicator can give you what Fibonacci and trend lines gives you, a map for future price action. IWM, Friday's gap up above the 180. Now bulls of the IWM trying to stay above the 180 with an inside day. Let's see if bulls of IWM can push price back up above towards 183 and 187, or are we going to close this gap, hold the 175 before the next leg up. Oil, trend lines, once again, proving themselves as support, resistance, and the guide for future price action. Until proven otherwise, oil is in a downtrend, but as we can see, price of oil is getting tighter. The range, price range, is getting tighter and tighter. So I would wait for a break above this yellow trend line, then long, or breaking below this yellow trend line, once again towards the blue trend line. Bitcoin, you know these trend lines because you follow me on Twitter and you saw previous videos on the Bitcoin for the past several months or so. We drew these trend lines way back. And once again, breaking below this orange trend line, here we are at the crossroads. Trend lines, the yellow one and the red one. Trend lines are the true support, resistance, and roadmap. Future price action. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is it. Once we understand the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis, aka price action, and trend lines, we can know with high probability where price might be heading next. Ethereum, 1800s, still holding. Very important level of support. If bulls will give up, this white trend line needs to hold. If this white trend line together with the 1800 will fail to hold, we are going, in my opinion, towards 1520 and 1370 to the downside. But for now, since April, Ethereum moving sideways between the 18 and the 1940. Apple didn't say AI once at the WWDC 2023. Market didn't really like what Apple had to offer. In my opinion, not much of an innovation, but it's only my opinion. Apple, this trend line now from resistance to support 184, new all-time highs for Apple. We are in a bear's market. In my opinion, this gap at the 175 will get filled tomorrow or the day after. Then this level, the 175, needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going to retest this trend line to the downside. Overall, Apple is in a bull run. Google, same thing. 126, 127 to the upside. Very tough resistance since middle of May. 121 together with this white trend line. Very important level of support. Breaking down and under. 117 and maybe all the way towards 113 because we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. Long continuation above 127 towards this white trend line together with this 133. AMD, bulls of AMD, trying with all they have to avoid sliding below the 116 towards the gap over here, but gaps are like black holes for price. They will do everything they can to pull price into them, get filled before the next leg up. Meta sliding up. This trend line has resistance for the higher highs. 264 needs to hold, but Meta for now is in a bull trend. Inside February 3rd gap. Let's see if this gap will get filled anytime soon. 315. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Is Meta going to fill this gap during 2023? So it means another 16-70% to the upside. Microsoft not giving up on the 335. 321 needs to hold. 321 failing to hold. We are going to fill this gap and visit the 311 together with this red trend line. Long continuation above 335 towards 343. Then time highs 350 and 354. Nvidia moving sideways since earnings gap to the upside. 380 holding. 418 as resistance. Breaking below the 380. This yellow trend line needs to hold. Otherwise, Nvidia is going inside this void, this big void. Maybe better that this gap will get filled soon. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Nvidia will fill this gap during 2023, or are we going towards 556? Let me know in the comments below, or any other feedback. Use the comment section. Would love to hear what do you think in general, the stock market or on any other stock or any other thing that you have to say, don't be shy. Comment below. Tesla, Doji, tight price action, 207, 208 needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going back to the 194 and this yellow trend line as support. Long continuation above 225. And then, in my opinion, this gap at the 262 will get filled. Amazon going up slowly, 126 above it. We are going to visit this red trend line. 120 is the risk for now. Netflix, trend lines, resistance. Together with this 413, now 393, sorry, needs to hold. Otherwise, we do have a slight gap over here. Below 393, we are going towards 379, closing this gap, and then maybe next leg up. But for now, Netflix is in an uptrend. Follow price, use levels and trend lines as your risk management and as your guide for future price action. Shopify trying to break up and above this short-term downtrend channel. 60 is holding as resistance. Long, as you can see, we have an alert here. Closing above the 60, 70, 61, we will take long using trend lines and Fibonacci levels as our risk management. All we have to do, patience. Patience is key element in trading. If you don't have patience, trading is not for you. RKK, very interesting price action. Broke above this 41 area. 41 was a very tough resistance during 2023. Now breaking up and above. So now 41 is our risk. Expecting towards 43 and maybe all the way towards 45. Maybe it's not a strategy, but with high expectations, we can know where price might be heading next, following price using levels as our risk management. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit a like, subscribe, share with friends. Will be much appreciated. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. Until the next video, do good things.